This is the next topic in second module, leadership, that is role of TQM leaders. Everyone is responsible for quality, especially senior management and the CEO. Management, by wandering around, push problem solving and decision making to the lowest appropriate level by delegating authority and responsibility, should have better knowledge of TQM to guide others, recognition and rewarding employees, coaching teams and teaching seminars, listening to internal and external customers, communication. First one, everyone is responsible for quality, especially senior management and the CEO. The General Electric training courses taught leadership approaches and models and provided the opportunity for teams to develop solutions for real business problems. Jack Welch supported the development of leadership system, whereas quality control leaders were developed at all levels and in all functions of the organization, including research, marketing, manufacturing, sales, finance, and human resources. Senior managers need to be provided with the skills to implement quality control techniques and actively participate in the quality council. Next, management by wandering around. Management should get out of the office and visit customers, suppliers, departments within the organization and the plants within the organization. That way, managers learn what is happening with a particular customer, supplier, or project. MWA can substantially reduce paperwork. Encourage subordinates to write only important messages that need to be part of the permanent record. Third one, push problem solving and decision making to the lowest appropriate level by delegating authority and responsibility. The idea is to let employees think for themselves. Senior management's role is no longer to make the final decision, but to make sure the team's decision is aligned with the quality statements of the organization. Fourth one, should have better knowledge of TQM to guide others. Senior managers should stay informed on the topic of quality improvement by reading books and articles, attending seminars, and talking to other TQM leaders. The needed resources should be provided to train employees in the TQM tools and techniques, the technical requirements of the job, and safety. Resources in the form of the appropriate equipment to do the job should also be provided. Fifth one, recognition and rewarding employees. Senior managers should find time to celebrate the success of their organization's quality efforts by personally participating in award and recognition ceremonies. This activity is an excellent opportunity to reinforce the importance of the effort and to promote TQM. One of the duties of the Quality Council is to establish or revise the recognition and reward system. Also, provisions should be made to reward teams as well as creative minded individuals. Sixth one, coaching teams and teaching seminars. Senior managers should be visible and actively engaged in the quality effort by serving on teams, coaching teams, and teaching seminars. They should lead by demonstrating, communicating, and reinforcing the quality statement. As a rule of thumb, they should spend about 1/3 of their time on quality. Next, seventh one, listening to internal and external customers. A very important role of senior managers is listening to internal and external customers and suppliers through visits, focus groups, and surveys. This information is translated into core values and process improvement projects. Last one is the communication. Another very important role is communication. The objective is to create awareness of the importance of TQM and provide TQM results in an ongoing manner. The TQM message should be sold to personnel, for if they do not buy it, TQM will never happen. In addition to internal efforts, there should be external activities with customers and suppliers, media and advertising in trade magazines, and interaction with the quality community. Next topic is implementation. Delegation and rhetoric are insufficient. Instead, involvement is required. Develop an implementation plan. Identify the timing of the implementation process. Formation of the quality council. The active involvement of middle managers and first line supervisors. Discussions with union. Communication and education. Testar, a small business, was able to achieve savings of more than $3 million the first year of its TQM program. On the other hand, Carly and Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award winner did not achieve result until the third year, but then there was more than a 300% increase in the organization's bottom line. Next is the core values, concepts, and framework. Visionary leadership, customer driven excellence, organizational and personal learning, valuing employees and partners, agility, focus on the future, managing for innovation, management by fact, public responsibility and citizenship, focus on results and creating value, systems perspective, goal for long term planning, objective for short term planning. Goals must be based on statistical evidence. Goals must be definitive, specific, and understandable using concrete results rather than behaviors or attitudes. This is the strategic planning and its goals and objectives. The 7 steps to strategic planning are customer needs, customer positioning, predict the future, gap analysis, closing the gap, alignment, and last one, implementation. Communications. Communications deliver the organization's values, expectations, and directions. It is very important to keep information flowing back and forth between employees and various levels of management. In an effective communication system, feedback is present, must have a consistent, congruent message. If there are mixed or contradictory messages, the result is confusion in the organization. 2 basic communication techniques are interactive and formal. Interactive, the primary communication tool used by Xerox, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, IBM, Texas Instruments, and many more is face-to-face communications supplemented by newsletters. Motorola uses immediate managers to communicate company goals. Communications training programs can be helpful for supervisors. Managers can communicate one-on-one or in a group meeting. Effective communication technique is to have team meetings. Interactive communication also occurs electronically by instant messaging and video conferencing. Formal. Formal communication can occur using the printed page or electronic such as email or a weekly newsletter. Graphics is the form of charts and diagrams can be used to enhance email and publications. In MNCs, multinational companies, messages must be tailored for different cultures and languages. Internet can be used for external communications and intranet for internal communications. Large multi-site organizations have found that satellite television can be effective medium. The presentations can be videotaped and replayed at other times for the convenience of the employees. Decision making. It can be regarded as a mental process, cognitive process resulting in the selection of a course of action among 2 or several alternative scenarios. Every decision making process produces a final choice. The output can be an action or an opinion of choice. A major part of the decision making involves the analysis of a finite set of alternatives described in terms of some evaluating criteria. Decision making process. First one, outline goal and outcome. These keep one in a specific path. Second one, gather data, will have actual evidence to come with a solution. Third one, brainstorm alternatives, coming with more than one solution, will be able to see which can actually work. Fourth one, list pros and cons of each alternative. Fifth one, make the decision. Sixth one, take action. And the seventh one, learn from action and reflect on the decision making.